Hello everyone! So a few of you have asked me to show you how to do the border on the seed stitch square. Now excuse all these stitch markers, but I thought it would be the best way to show what I'm doing. So going across the top and the bottom is easy, just one single crochet in each stitch. The sides are a bit more awkward, and that's why I've got all these stitch markers everywhere. This is actually the second attempt at recording this for me, and as I was talking, I was losing track of what I was doing. So I'll just zoom in there. Okay, whoops, sorry. Right, so each of these markers is in the side of the double crochet. The single crochets are here in between. So because the seed stitch kind of melds the stitches together, it can be a bit easy to lose track of these, of where each of your stitches is. So I've put these stitch markers in so I can get it right first time, showing you, and also so you can see which are the double crochets as I'm going. Okay, so I'm going to make life easy and start at the top. This is the easiest side to do, and we're going to join with a standing single crochet. So if you haven't done a standing single crochet before, I've got a video showing you how to do it, which I will put the link in the comments. And I'm just going to join any stitch at the top. Just do there. But as you can see, it just makes it look like a stitch. It's not a chain, so it's going to be hidden in your border. So it's just a nice way to start. And then we just one single crochet in each stitch at the top. Nice and easy. There we go. So then we get to the corner stitch. Now for the corners, you're going to do 3 stitches. You do 1 stitch for this row, 1 stitch for the diagonal for turning, and then 1 stitch to count as the first stitch of the next row of the border. Okay, let me just get a bit more light in there as well. There we go, hopefully that helps. So, do 1 stitch for the end of this row, 1 stitch for the corners. As you can see, I've not woven my ends in yet for this. I like to leave my ends because it gives a bit more support for the corners, as that corner stitch can stretch because it's essentially a single strand. Now for the third, I'm just going to make sure I come over the bump at the top of the this single crochet, and that just helps make it a bit more neater going down. Don't worry if you don't manage it, it will sort itself out. There you go, that's the corner. So that's a single crochet. So now we're going to go down to our first stitch marker and do the double crochet in there, so I'm just going to pop that out. And we'll do 2 single crochet of each of the side of each of the double crochet. Then moving down to here, that's our single crochet. So 1 into the side of there, and then we get to the next double. And this is how we do all the way down. So because of the extra, excuse me, I'll sort my yarn out. Because of the extra stitch for the corners, you will end up with 32 stitches on each side. So that's 32 across the top, 32 down each side, 32 across the bottom. And that's the aim of our stitch count. All these stitch markers might look a bit messy, but it's a great way to not lose track. It's a great way for me to not lose track while I'm talking to you, as it has been a bit of a problem, I'll admit. Pop it out. And single crochet in the next one. Back out you come. There we go. Single, so double. There we go. What is going on here? This stitch does not want to be made. Loosen up the yarn. Come on. There we go. Then single. And the next double. So as always, if you have any questions, just let me know. You can pop over to the Facebook group, the link of which is in the banner and in the description. I'm more than happy to answer your questions there. So, I'm going to keep on going for the rest of the square, so don't worry, I'm not going to run off. But it might just take me a few minutes to get round. But there we go. So you'll see there's the pattern of 2, 1, 2, 1 all the way down. And that is how your border will form. So I'm just going to keep it going for the rest of the square. Hopefully you won't find this too troublesome, but the stitch markers are a great saver if you are having trouble picking out your stitches. Up next. Because I did actually try making this video without the stitch markers, and I got myself into a right horrible tangle and I had to start all over again. So stitch markers are always fantastic. Alright, so for this corner we've got an ending on a double crochet. So it's going to look like you've got 4 stitches in this one, because you need 2 stitches for the side of this double crochet, 1 stitch for the corner, and then 1 stitch for the bottom. So it is going to look like a 4 stitch in the corner, but it's just an extra one for the side of your double crochet. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, and the 4. So that's what it's supposed to look like, so don't worry about that. So then we've got the first stitch for that row, and then we just do a stitch in the bottom of each foundation chain all the way across. So this will look like you've got some little holes forming, but that's just because of the foundation row. That's nothing to worry about, it's just how it works up. Get some more yarn out. And just keep going across. So this one's nice and easy, it's just 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in each of the chains. I drop something there and go back. Become. There we go. Okay, and we're back in the corner. There we go. So again, 3 stitches. I've got this end here, which I'm just going to bring down here to help support that corner. And then once we've done the border, I'll be weaving in all my ends then. There's 1, 2, and then one in the side, which I'm going to come down here to do. Push that out of the way. Oops, stitch marker in the way. And there we go, there's the 3. And you might just need to pull, if you haven't woven in your ends, just pull that tight bit and then it'll be fine. And then we're back doing the 2 and 1. So stitch marker out and 2 into that. Oops, my ends are getting in the way. I don't want you there. Back down, there you go. I must sound half deranged speaking to my stitch markers and weaving in ends. Not sure what that says about me really, but hey. And down we go again. And then that's a single crochet, so 1 in there. And into the next double. I find with a C stitch there's actually one side that's harder to border than the other. I don't know why, but I think this is the more trickier side. And 2. Put 1 in there. I think it's the single crochets, they're a bit hard to pick out sometimes. Double. On. Double and single. Next double. Single. Almost at the top. Single. And a single. Double. And the next single. And finally a double. So 2 for the double, 1 for the corner, and then in there for the stitch on top. And that's the next corner. And then we're just going to go back down the top where we started, 1 stitch in each, and then we can join into that standing single crochet I started with. Just get those out of the way, they're cluttering up the screen a bit, aren't they? More yarn. And last stitch into there, and then I'm just going to join into the top. Oh, there we go. I'll just zoom back out again, and that's it. That's the square, all bordered, done and dusted. So you should now have 32 stitches down each side. Just because I need to block this square properly, it's not quite square. But nice and smooth, everything's fitting nicely. Corners, just curling a little bit, but nothing a bit of pulling won't do. Just needs to put pulling into shape. And job done. So I hope you found that useful and the board doesn't cause too much trouble. And then of course into the side of this you will do the interlocking join, which I've got in a separate video, so I won't go through that now. But that is all there is to it. So you can join these stitches as squares as you go, or you can wait until the end and see how you want to position them and do them all together. It's entirely up to you. There's absolutely no obligation to do them the same way as I am. And thank you for joining me, and of course any questions come into the group, I will answer them. And have a good time. Bye for now.